Hello, everybody. How you doing?
Hi.
This is 25 to Life with Ray and Alex. Yes. Again, I say it every time. But no matter what time it is, when I play that music, I wake up.
Gets you hyped?
It gets me hyped. It wakes me up.
It's your jam.
It's literally 11:30 at night, folks.
Isn't that the trend for us?
Hey, but you know what? That's funnier though. I finished my laundry early.
So we won't hear the
and we're in a new scenery, a little change of scenery.
The living room.
Yeah, we're recording in the living room, folks, today. I didn't want to set up in the other room, so the table was already out because you were doing crafting.
Mm-hmm.
What were you making actually?
I was helping my sister make stickers. Yeah.
For graduation, right?
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of graduation, thank you for
that. Before we start.
Oh yes, sorry.
Your
go ahead.
manners. Oh my gosh,
I apologize.
This man with no manners.
Yes.
Thank you all for coming back to listen to us. We appreciate you, and if you're new here, we hope you enjoy and stick around.
Yeah.
Okay, now you can talk about my graduation.
See, you got on my case all week because I decided not to share some good news until, I want to wait till
the day of
some of your news that you have. But now I'm trying to share that, you had what, 3 of your 4 ceremonies that you've done.
Yep.
So, as y'all know, Miss Alex over there is graduating.
Rockstar mom
and wife and everything. Wonder Woman. Is finishing her associate's degree. What did
it's just an associate's degree.
It's better than what I have. I'll tell you that right now. In business administration, right?
Yep.
Okay. And you just had, what did I do? We did the EOPS celebration.
I did the EOPS celebration for all the EOPS students. It's just a really cool celebration to honor us and our accomplishments over the school year.
Yeah.
So it was really exciting because I'm part of the graduating class, so I got to participate in that this year.
And I'll do another proud moment.
Mm-hmm.
You were selected to be one of the few students to do student speech.
Yep.
So that was awesome.
Yes.
You cried?
I did cry.
I may or may not have proof of that.
You know what? I'm realizing that I am so emotional with this pregnancy. Everything makes me cry.
Update, we're still pregnant. Wow.
Still pregnant.
You're still pregnant. You have the baby still.
Yes.
Meaning it hasn't come out yet.
Yes.
Soon though.
Has not been born.
How long are you?
You
can tell I'm tired.
Oh God.
19 weeks?
Almost. I'm 18 weeks in like so many days.
Ooh.
On Wednesday I'll be 19 weeks.
That's a boy, folks.
Says who?
Says my kids.
Okay, sure. Yeah, whatever.
Yeah.
That'll be an exciting thing to announce on the podcast.
It's a boy.
It's a girl.
It's an avocado. Thanks. So EOP, sorry.
Yes, anyways, squirrel moment. No. I got to be a student speaker, share a little bit of my story, my journey through school, a very emotional journey. And then that was really exciting because I had to like audition for it.
Mm-hmm.
I had to submit a written speech. Then I had to
present it to a panel.
To a panel, yes.
I was there, by the way.
Oh, that was so nerve-wracking. And then I babbled.
You babble?
No. Right. So I babbled, and then I got selected. And so I did that. And then I had my certificate ceremony because on top of my associate's degree, I'm also transferring to Fresno State. And it's
Go Bulldogs.
yes. I think like you have to have so many units or so many credits. Like it's like a certificate of completion for like your general ed, I think. So I got to participate in this ceremony for certificate completion ceremony, I think is what it was called. And then I also was able to participate in the Latino ceremony on Saturday.
That was pretty cool.
Yeah.
That one was one of my favorites so far.
Mine too, actually.
Yeah.
Because so for the certificate ceremony, I was literally the first name.
Yeah,
first person.
I'm not gonna be mean, but you kind of got gypped there.
Yeah, they did not say my name.
Well, not even like it was not loud enough. Nobody could hear it, and you were the first person, and then it was like, okay, go.
Yeah, it was like I don't know. I was the first person. I didn't have really any direction, so I was just kind of winging it and hoping for the best.
Yeah,
but
your picture did make it on the Instagram.
Yes,
that was pretty cool.
That was pretty exciting.
Fresno City College guys, Instagram
at
Fresno City College on Instagram. She's like the third photo in that story,
post.
That post. You and Stella.
Yeah.
Says my ride or die, and it was Stella. That was so cool.
That was. So they kind of made up there. So I'm okay. They made up for it.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I got to do that. And then for the Latino ceremony, like just to hear my name and then be able to walk across the stage and then get that.
I've been telling you this is your dry run for your big one.
The amount of anxiety that I've had for these 3 ceremonies is insane.
They've been building up, I can tell you that.
I feel like the anxiety keeps getting more and more intense.
I would think you would like I said, it's you're doing your practice runs to walk across the stage at Save Center.
Yeah, you think I'd be at ease.
Oh, but I'm still proud of you.
Thank you.
So you got this.
Yes.
You have like 3 stoles now.
Yeah. And what do I have?
No. I can't. Not yet. The next podcast will announce that part.
The next podcast. I'll tell you all the exciting news.
Cheese me.
Yeah.
Oh.
But speaking of anxiety.
Yeah, do you want to start us off there?
Sure.
What's this podcast about today?
Obviously me. No, I'm just kidding.
Updates.
Life updates. Still pregnant. Graduating soon. And mental health. Dun, dun, dun.
Yeah. We're realizing like we're in May, and May is Mental Health Awareness Month.
Mm-hmm.
And Alex and I were literally sitting down eating some pizza at Chuck E. Cheese just to get away, from our life.
To decompress.
Decompress. That's the most hilarious thing to tell people.
Go to Chuck E. Cheese to decompress. It's funny to me because like you don't think that you'd go to Chuck E. Cheese. It's a kid place. It's like all the games, the kids and the running. But I feel like for us, it's what is it? It's like a moment for you and I to just sit there and the kids can go play. And what I really like about Chuck E. Cheese is like we don't have to follow them around because a lot of times where we sit, you see everything. Yes. And like my head is on a swivel the entire time.
Yeah. I think that's one of the things we found out really quickly when we're talking about or trying to find activities for the kids to do that, that can get them tired. was like, what can we do that can kind of drain out their energy? And we tried out Chuck E. Cheese, and they have a membership program, which I really enjoy, folks.
Oh yeah.
Not sponsored, but their silver to gold package membership for parents is pretty darn good for what you get from it.
It's pretty top tier.
Yeah, top tier.
No, but it is because it's like so with the silver package, we get like, what is it, 100 free games a day.
Mm-hmm.
And so what that means is the kids, I usually put 50 and 50 on each card, and they get to go run around and get to go play and get to do all the fun things that they
Yeah.
want to do. And then it kills 2, sometimes 3 hours of their day.
3 hours yesterday, which was great.
And it's nice because in those 3 hours, like, other than them coming to sit down and eat the food, they go play by themselves, and
Yeah,
they'll come and go.
I did go play some games with them
Yeah,
after,
that you did.
but
That was
pretty
nice.
cool. That was fun. But no, back to what we were saying. You know, we're dealing with a lot of stuffs, and
Yes.
not all of it is bad, but it's still overwhelming. Like you said, you have anxiety.
Mm-hmm.
I have some stuff that I'm dealing with. You know, not fully negative, but just life.
It's a lot. Mm-hmm.
And we're discussing, okay, you know, podcasts. What are we doing? What are we talking about?
Because remember, like, we don't script this. We don't really, quote unquote, plan what we're going to talk about. We just kind of feel like it's
What's on our mind?
yeah, led by what we're going through at the time. Because I feel like you and I have really and we've talked about this before, but we really just, if our story or our experience can help even just one person, that's why we're doing this, right?
Yeah.
So that's kind of what brought up the topic of mental health. And I was like, oh, you know what, with everything that I'm feeling and everything that's going on, like, we should really share about this, because who knows what other people are going through, and maybe, like, the way we cope and the way we deal with things can help somebody else.
Yeah, because that was a lot of the things I was hearing with some of these student speakers too. You know, a lot of them are restarting school, and you know, some of them were dealing with some addiction.
Yeah.
You know, and that's crazy. You know,
It is.
crazy in the sense. And sorry, using that's you know, crazy in the sense that it's unfortunately normal.
Yeah.
You know,
Mm-hmm.
I'm not you know, afraid to say, you know, I've not myself directly, but family members have deal with addiction,
Mm-hmm.
and I see what it does to people.
Yeah.
But it makes me have hope when I see other people that have dealt with that and come out on the other side
Uh-huh.
in a positive way.
Yeah.
You know, and being able to share that with people and understand, like, hey, yes, this is me. This was my past, but that didn't
It doesn't define
find
who
me.
you are.
See, I got that word out. You see, look at that. Doesn't define me and who I am and who I want to be.
Yeah.
And for my family.
Mm-hmm.
And I heard that one of the ladies during the Latino celebration saying that, you know, she thanked, you know, her children
Mm-hmm.
for being that inspiration to want to be better,
Mm-hmm.
you know, and her faith to also help her through that journey.
That was, I think, so cool. Like, just me, myself, being a woman of faith, and us being really in tune with our faith as a family,
Mm-hmm.
to hear her speak about that on such a huge stage in
Yeah,
front of
over
so many
300
people.
students.
Yeah. So to hear someone thank God and say that God comes first, that was empowering.
That wasn't the first student speaker that I
Mm-mm.
heard say that.
No,
And
not at all.
and that's the thing that is, like, a lot of times people, you know, again, I'm not a person to shove my beliefs, you know,
Mm-hmm.
press it onto somebody else, but I am a person that says I am a man of faith
Mm-hmm.
because I've seen what it can do for me.
Mm-hmm.
And to hear others in this world that is against, you know, or may be having a different point of view
Mm-hmm.
in their beliefs is kind of reassuring me. You know, it's like, okay, you know, it's, but the main thing about it is, no matter how you get that support, how you deal with your mental health, and it not being a stigma of you have mental health issues,
Mm-hmm.
you're crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
What's nice is mental health is not a taboo
It shouldn't
topic
be.
anymore. Like, I feel like I think like our parents and them growing up, it was very taboo to talk
Yes.
about. It was very like shameful to need therapy or counseling or support, especially in our culture. I think um, it's. I was talking to somebody not too long ago, and they were saying like, "Yeah, we don't talk about our feelings in our family," and it's like, oh my gosh, I can relate to that because growing up, it was like, "Suck it up, Buttercup, figure it
Yeah.
out."
No, it was the same for me. It's like, hey, you're a man. You shouldn't cry. You shouldn't. You need to
Mm-hmm.
this and that. And
Cry on the inside like a winner.
yeah, don't give me a reason to make you cry. Or,
Yeah.
you know. or-
Mm-hmm.
And the funniest thing ever is that we say those things right now, right?
Mm-hmm.
But the folks that you know, my dad, I'll say it.
Mm-hmm.
He deals with mental health issues.
Mm-hmm.
And he talks to me about, some of the struggles that he has.
Mm-hmm.
But he also talks about like how proud he is to see you and I,
Mm-hmm.
first seek we what is it the word? We found marriage counseling,
Mm-hmm.
right before even before we got married.
Yeah.
And we continue to have those conversations. He sees us in the driveway, and one time he asked me, "Hey, are you guys okay?" And I was like, "No, we're perfectly fine.
This is what we do.
This is what we do." And he tells me that makes me happy to see that you guys have such a great relationship in the sense of that you can have those type of conversations, and that you
Mm-hmm.
guys have a therapy session, in a sense, and
Yeah.
dealing with your issues.
Because do you notice, like, I mean, I've noticed this on the days that are heavier than others, we spend more time in the car. And then the days that are like, oh, you know what? It was just a day. Went through the routines and it didn't feel so heavy. We're in and out of the car.
Yeah, and on the topic of this mental health, it it is, how do we deal with challenges in our life,
Mm-hmm.
and how does somebody else deal with that,
Yeah.
and what we find is talking it through with each other,
Yes. Mm-hmm.
and that is what helps us with our mental health. For me, when I'm dealing with a lot of stuff, because it's hard to live life sometimes with the disability,
Yeah.
and that's probably one of my first biggest struggles growing up. And I tell you, but it's like understanding when I first was told, hey, you're going to be blind at the age of 13.
Mm-hmm.
And then, growing up through life in school, and, not
That like
being,
that impending doom hanging over your head.
yeah,
I don't mean it to make it
no,
sound
it's
funny,
true though.
but
It's
it
just
yeah.
like, it isolated me.
Mm-hmm.
That news isolated me, and put me in a dark space where I thought I was the only blind person, for a long time there.
In the world.
Hmm. And then, thinking about, oh, okay, I'm never going to get married. I'm never going to be able to do this. I'm never going to have children, or I'm never going to be able to work. I'm always going to live with my parents. You know, it sucks to be me kind of thing. And I'm,
Mm-hmm.
growing out through high school, and, you know, being able to find people like me,
Mm-hmm.
going to where I went and being around other people, that kind of helped me through it.
Mm-hmm.
But I still had my own demons in a sense
Mm-hmm.
that I was dealing with.
Yeah. Makes sense.
And again, I didn't get to talk to nobody through it. We have at the, we have at the agency, um, oh my gosh. Dang it. Why am I forgetting? I just blanked on this class, dealing with blindness,
Oh, adjustment to blindness?
adjustment to blind. Thank you. See, look at the former outreach specialist.
I will always be an outreach specialist for your
outreach.
center.
Yes. Adjustment to blindness is something that I probably would have, I should have had earlier in my
Yeah.
life. But again, I felt like finding myself, and how do I deal with that is sharing with others.
Mm-hmm.
And luckily I have you to do that with.
Mm-hmm.
And even to like a couple of nights ago, I texted you something, and like, I would have never done that in the past. Once upon a time.
Mm-hmm.
Reaching out and saying, hey, I need help. I'm dealing with something. I really need, support right now.
Mhm. And I think, like, that's where you and I differ a little bit because I grew up
Mm,
in therapy.
yeah. In
Um,
the church and
and
therapy.
yeah, like, with my parents, um, with my parents being, I'm drawing a blank here. With my grandparents being pastors and my parents being co-pastors in their church and helping men and women through the addiction, what is it? The recovery home.
Mm-hmm.
That's the word I was looking for. Helping through those things, and my mom being educated and going to school and everything, and realizing like the importance of talking about it. Like my dad, not so much. He used to
Right.
say I would talk too much.
You talk too much. You worry me to death.
Yes, he would play that song for me all the time. But like with my mom, she really saw the importance of therapy, and then like um with my dad, he struggled a lot with his own mental health and his addictions. And so growing up with his issues and his struggles, eventually he did go to rehab. And it was actually, I think, through the last rehab he was in, if I remember correctly, that we did family counseling. And
Mm-hmm.
that really helped our family. And so that's where you and I are a little bit different in the sense like I had people to talk to, I had resources. You know, I saw a behavioral health specialist
Yeah.
for so many years. Um, and that helped me find techniques to cope with my issues. And so,
Y-
like, when it got to the point of losing my dad, you know, I mean, obviously, I did not cope in a healthy way, but it was not lost on me that I still had those tools in my toolbox.
Yeah. No, you saying that is really, really powerful because, y again, the difference is that I didn't use tools or I didn't get to use those tools until
Mm-hmm.
later. And you had the tools available to you. You've used them throughout your life
Mm-hmm.
and continue to use them.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's like one of the most important things out there is just understanding one therapy session, like, is all you need. It's not true.
No.
I had through work, I have, a
Mm-hmm.
program that helped me and they gave me 4 sessions. And that was my first therapy sessions outside of our marriage counseling, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I never spoken to a psychologist,
Mm-hmm.
and confess some of the, you know, the demons I had, the darkness,
Yeah.
the struggles I was dealing with at that time. I was at my low, you know,
Mm-hmm.
dealing with work and dealing with my dad
Yeah.
and
I
my,
think
my
that was um for me as your wife, I think that was like eye opening for me
mm,
that like, hey, you need help.
yeah,
But that also, I think the many sessions of therapy I had gone through, I was able to tell you, hey, like you need to get some help. And we were able to have a healthy conversation about it.
yeah,
And it wasn't like, go get help or else. Like it
yeah.
wasn't anything like that.
And the thing about it too, it's like I was sharing earlier with you, it's like with 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 this mental health awareness month and understanding, it's like a lot of people go directly to suicide,
Mm-hmm.
right? And I'm sorry, I may or may not want to share that, but it's my dad had his own thing with suicide,
Mm-hmm.
and it's really changed him now, and he has to deal with it in the sense of that way.
Mm-hmm.
And I understand what it did to me getting that call.
Mm-hmm.
And but the thing is, it's not just suicide, you know.
Mm-hmm.
It's all this other stuff that can get to you,
Mm-hmm.
that it's important to try to capture that moment early
Mm-hmm.
before it leads into a situation where somebody is in that point of their life that it's like, okay, I think somebody said it to me. It's like, if they're there, they're going to have their own means of doing it. They're
Mm-hmm.
not going to ask for help.
Yeah. I think I think you're right. When you get to that point, that point of no return, you're not going to reach out. You're not going to talk about it, you know. But I
I
think that
hope
that's
you.
why it's so important that when you see your loved ones, your friends,
Mm-hmm.
whomever, when you see that shift in them, you see that they're struggling. I think it's so important to be there, not just not for any like advice. Like sometimes all people need is for you to listen,
Yeah.
because there's so much that can be said in the silence of what they're actually saying.
Can you elaborate?
Yeah. So like it's not necessarily what they're saying, but maybe how they're saying it or what they're talking about,
Mm-hmm.
you know. Um oh, I'm just so tired. I'm so exhausted. I feel so stressed out. You know, it's in that like in the in between. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Um and it's in the words that are never really spoken. And I think like it's important to have someone you trust if you're not ready for therapy or counseling, to have a friend that you can call up and say, "Hey, you know what? I just need to talk." You know.
I need somebody to listen.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Or like how sometimes you text me and tell me like that the thing you texted me the other night, like, "Hey, I need some prayer." Or when you text me, "Hey, I need to talk through something." You and I, like you and I have learned to talk through things and break them down into smaller chunks and get to the root of some of the issues, right?
Yeah.
And so I think it's important to have someone, you know, that you can call up and say, "Hey, you know what? I'm struggling. I need to talk." Or, "Hey, I just need to talk through this issue because it feels so big." Because a lot of times
Sometimes it's
like,
not.
yeah,
Well,
exactly.
in
Sometimes it's
reality, it
not.
is. It can be something that you can easily break down to smaller issues
Yes.
that can be more easily resolved.
Mhm. And then in other times like it it can get to a point where it feels impossible, like,
Mm-hmm. You can't get out of the hole.
yeah.
I know, like sometimes it's like financial issues.
Mhm. Well, look
That's a
at
lot of people's problems right
yeah.
now.
Well, look at like my experience, you know, with my dad. We were in a big financial hole when he took his own life, you know. And when um you know how you always say 2020, hindsight's always 2020. Like
I
you
heard
you
this
see
term.
you see the issues after so clearly. Um it's true. Like sometimes these issues seem so big that there is no way out other than to end it all. And in reality, like when that becomes the solution, not shaming anybody,
No,
not, you know, if you have those thoughts, I
those are
encourage you
real.
to call somebody that you can talk to about it. But at the same time, know, you know, you're not alone. Everybody goes through their own struggles.
Yeah, that's why we decided to talk about this.
Mm-hmm.
Because again, some people always look at and say, "Man, you guys are you got it going on." I'm like, "What do we got going on? I want to know. Show me, tell me where." What? Because dang, I'll tell you right now, uh, bills are hard right now.
The life is hard right now.
Trying to buy groceries right now is hard.
Trying to
Yeah.
budget for groceries. Oh my gosh.
Trying to raise 2 kids right now is
Yeah.
hard,
Oh yeah.
and a third one on the way.
Mm-hmm.
Trying to help a community, a nonprofit community, through tough times right now is hard.
Yeah.
Having to teach my kids on making sure that Nathaniel had an issue at school. Not nothing dealing with him, but it's just like, hey, why do kids have issues at school?
Mm-hmm.
How to teach him, hey, just got to love on people, or you got to be their
Mm-hmm.
friends and be there for them.
Sometimes,
It's hard.
I hate me when it's hard. But sometimes, like, I think one thing I really try to talk to them about is like the kids that need the most love, ask for it in
The
the
different
worst way
Yes.
sometimes.
Eh,
And you know, it's not you got to remember they're learning too. They're learning how to regulate their feelings and their
Yeah.
emotions. And I think because we are so open about mental health and we're so open about our feelings and making sure that, like, okay, what you feel is valid, but
That's not how you.
that's not how you respond.
Yeah.
Okay, this is a better way to respond. And like finding that level that they understand,
Mm-hmm.
I think is something so important to us. And I think it was really cool when we went into Nathaniel's IEP meeting and hearing that, wow, your son really like knows how to articulate how he feels, what he's
Mm-hmm.
thinking, and the fact that he has a lot of like positive self-talk.
Yeah.
That's encouraging as a parent to know that he's taking those tools that we are teaching him now
Yeah. And
in the first grade.
yeah, and our daughter does the same. And
Mhm.
the thing is, it's like, it's not because we're perfect as a parent.
By no means.
It's just because it's things that we use in our day-to-day life.
Mm-hmm.
And I can't say it more than enough times. Communication is important.
Mm-hmm.
And that, again, that's why we talk about mental health today, is because we're not perfect. But I want somebody out there to know that struggles that you may think you're going through alone,
You're not alone.
You're not alone. You know, you and I may be the most happiest couple ever, but we still have our own,
Mm-hmm.
you know,
our own issues.
our own issues. We do fight. Contrary to people's beliefs, we do have fights. We do have arguments. You know, but it's right. But you know, it's like, you know, marriages struggle. People, you know, people have that, you know, and you can't, sometimes you can't fix it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I wish you could, but I've seen things, I've heard things,
Mm-hmm.
you know, but again, it's like
I honestly, we are far from perfect. Like I love that I can come to you, when I'm struggling, you know, you've seen me at my worst moment.
I think, you know, when your dad took his life,
Mm-hmm.
and I was, oh my gosh, I think I was 19 years old
Mm-hmm.
when that happened.
Mm-hmm.
And you were barely, you know,
barely 18.
Barely 18. No, right? Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
something like that. Yeah. 18. I was 18 or 20 or whatever. I'm a little older than you.
It was right after
Right
after
after
high school graduation. It was the
The-
Christmas after my first semester in college.
Yeah. And I say this because I'm just going back to, again, no tools, nothing that I was taught.
Mm-hmm.
And seeing my best friend go through something that would never imagine to happen in my life.
Mm-hmm.
To have a friend that I, you know, before we even, you know, got married, but it's like seeing you spiral
Mm-hmm.
was the most hardest thing on my life to deal with.
Mm-hmm.
And I would be there, and I'd continue to do what I did at that time to help you through it for anybody.
Yeah.
But to see you at the, like, I hate to put your stuff out there,
No.
but
hey, that's what we're here for, honesty.
But you on the floor in the bathroom crying
Mm-hmm.
in the fetal position,
Mm-hmm.
because it's just random thought just came up, and you were just couldn't broke down.
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't know what to do, but just to be there for you, to love on you.
And I appreciate you so much for that. And you picking me up, literally.
And I'll keep doing it. But it's like, it's just, you know, I told you yesterday, I'm very, I like to listen to the radio or to the police scanners. I don't know why I'm just crazy like that. But you know, there was
Mr. Incredible.
Where is my super suit? You know, but it was just like there was a lot of activity last night, and there was a big one. You know, domestic violence. That you know, that it just made me think. It's like, dang, this world is hurting.
Yeah.
You know, and it's like, I'm saying, I think I'm repeating myself, but we all out there need to know that what you're dealing with is real and it's valid,
Mm-hmm.
and there's somebody out there that's willing to help you through it
Oh, listen.
and listen. And if the first person doesn't work out for you, there's more. That's the great thing about it. Is like when I was dealing with my problem and I seeked out therapy, I was lucky enough to get the right person at the first time.
Mm-hmm.
But you had something and you utilized a service and that wasn't the right connection for you.
Mm-hmm.
But the great thing was, it's like, hey, I can go to you
Go to
requested
somebody
somebody
else.
else, and you got another person that you meshed with.
Mm-hmm.
I
Well, look
understood
what
you.
happened with me when this last time I needed help
That's what I'm saying.
with my anxiety.
Yeah,
Like,
that's is exactly what I'm saying, right?
mm-hmm.
Go ahead.
Well, like called the service up, got connected with a therapist, and I mean, if you haven't heard my life story, like you would think that I'm making some of this stuff up. You really would. And I felt like in that moment she was like, "No way." And Googling some of the things I was talking to her about while we're in session
Yeah.
and realizing this just isn't going to work out for me. Now, I could have just been like, you know what? I'm not capable of another disappointment. I'm going to stop here.
Yes, because that's part of your hurt.
Mm-hmm. And I could have just said, you know what? Forget it. I'm not going to get help. Like I'll figure it out on my own. And that's what I love so much about you is like you encouraged me, like, push through, request someone else, like it's okay. And that's why I think like it's important to have a person that you can talk to about what you're going through, and for that person to direct you to a therapist or a counselor because maybe they're not quite qualified.
Oh yeah. It's one thing. It's like we're not qualified, me and you and I.
Absolutely not.
But what we are qualified is understanding life,
Yes.
and life sucks sometimes. I'm sorry,
really
but it does really suck. But the thing is, I'm here for whoever needs that help.
Absolutely.
And I'm sure you are as well.
Of course.
And
I always tell people, like, my door is always open.
oh my gosh, guys, if I have some stories for you. So this is why I always think my wife is amazing, but sometimes I fear for her life sometimes. Because you will randomly pick up a random stranger and help them out for whatever they need. You've picking up.
I just have a feeling sometimes.
And sometimes you better be careful with that feeling, but
I haven't been murdered yet.
Just
I won't be, okay?
well, that's fine. I'll continue to pray, but the things you do, it's like helping a random mom out, dealing with a potential, oh my gosh, I'm sorry. I can't, but
Go ahead. It's okay.
you had that potential person that you may have been sex trafficked,
Mm-hmm.
And I say this because Alex used to drive for Lyft,
Mm-hmm.
and we don't do that much right now for other reasons. But the thing is, you saw life,
Mm-hmm.
with runaways.
Mm-hmm. I'll never forget, and we're not laughing to make light of the situation, but I'll never forget this man literally threw this girl in my car. He called the Lyft for her, and he threw her in my car and told me just take her to the destination. And I did not have a good feeling about it.
Yeah, I was on the phone with you.
And she was not fully conscious or alert or aware. And I'm trying to talk to her as we're driving to the destination, and we get to where we're supposed to go. And I see this big group of scary looking men, not to judge people by the way they look, but they looked scary to me. And she was like half unconscious. Like I did not feel right leaving her there. And I remember driving around the block and parking and calling the police and finding out that she was possibly kidnapped or trafficked or something. And the police telling me, like, why did you call? Why didn't you just drop her off? And I was like, I couldn't. Like, why would I do that to a person? But like it's in those moments, or like I don't know, I get these feelings about people. Like the mom with with her girls, like walking down the street, rolling a suitcase, and she's like, can you take me to pick up my daughter's clothes?" And here I am. I don't know who this person is. Get in my car. Let's go. Like, but
Yeah, well, the other thing is like the other crazy story that are your stories. That's its own podcast probably. But
probably.
but your runaway, your runaway, 15-year-old that you picked up on Lyft because their dad in, I think, Sacramento or somewhere else farther away.
I
She was here
forgot
in
about that.
Fresno,
Yeah,
remember?
that's right.
And her dad's like, she's finally wanting to come home.
I remember that. Getting that call, a random pickup. It wasn't even like at a location. It was like just at a random spot. Like there was no building or anything. And it was this dad asking me to pick up his daughter and drive her to Sacramento. And he was like, please don't cancel. Please don't cancel. And he explained to me that she had run away. She was on the streets doing drugs, doing Lord knows what else. And it was just a dad begging for help.
Mm-hmm.
And how could I say no to that? You know? And I think of my own dad and think of the things that I did when he passed away, and the spiral of the drugs and the alcohol and the streets and my own journey. And if somebody called and said, please, please bring her home.
She's ready to come home.
She's ready to come home, please. I'd want somebody to do that for me.
Yeah, that was like at midnight.
I was getting ready to log off too. Yeah. I was getting ready to come home. This was my last ride of the night. And I was just like, looks like I'm not coming home till tomorrow.
Yeah. And the reason why we're sharing these, or I asked you to share, you brought them up, is because, one, we think of our kids. What if that was one of our kids? And two, imagine what they're dealing with in life mentally.
Yeah.
Right?
I think of that song. You showed it to me so many years ago. But it's like, what if they're an angel sent here from heaven, doing their best, or something? I don't know, something like that. But I think of that song, and every time I get a feeling, like I trust my gut.
What would Jesus do?
Yeah.
I'm not afraid to say it. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, what would Jesus do?
It is. It's that feeling of what would Jesus do? And
yeah, and we're not saying, you're not saying you're perfect or you're like Jesus.
Absolutely not.
But the thing is there's so much hurt and hate and negativity in this world. And I said this in another podcast before.
Yes. That
we don't continue that trend.
No.
As much as we can.
To be the light.
To be the light for people in this world, this society. And again, that's who you are. I've seen it time and time again. As much as you say you're cold and hearted, heartless and stuff.
I'm not saying that what I went through with my dad and losing him is a good thing by any means, because it's still a hurt that I feel today, even with graduation.
Right.
That's probably why I have so much anxiety around it, is because I miss my dad. I want him to be here for these moments. But I feel like if I didn't go through that with my own dad, and I didn't go through the hurt and the trauma and the spiral and the feelings, right, with him, I would not have been able to help you process and go through what you went through with your dad.
Yeah.
I thank God that your dad is still alive, because you don't have to, you won't fully know what that hurt feels like. And I'm not saying like, oh, you're never going to know what I felt. That's not what I'm saying. But with what I went through, I was able to help you. Yeah. And with what I experienced, I feel like the things that I've gone through in life, they allow me to help others.
Yeah. And it seems that most of the time you find women to help, and it's like you said, it's because you have life experience in some of those stories that we shared,
Mm-hmm.
in some way or another. And again, it goes with me too, dealing with my blindness,
Mm-hmm.
dealing with, my dad's attempt of suicide,
Mm-hmm.
dealing with, family members dealing with addiction,
Mm-hmm.
drug addictions, alcohol addictions,
Yep.
dealing with family members that have, different diseases that, had to lose them early,
Mm-hmm.
dealing with, family struggles with separation,
Yeah.
my parents separating,
Yep.
Dealing with financial uncertainties.
Mm-hmm.
And people are like, what? You have that? Did you do it? What?
Not Ray.
No. I do, guys. And that's the moral of the story today is
we may look like we have it all together on the outside, but I promise you on the inside we don't.
Yeah.
And that's okay. I think it's my favorite thing to always tell people. It's okay to not be okay.
Yeah.
Because you're not alone.
You're not alone.
So with that, I feel like, I don't know.
Yeah.
That was a little bit of a heavy one, but
this one is a heavy one. No, there's no sugarcoating it. And we had a decision if we wanted to talk about this or something light, but we want to share every aspect of, our life.
Mm-hmm.
And, it just lines up perfectly for Mental Health Awareness Month.
Mm-hmm. It just felt fitting.
Yeah. Felt fitting. And again, like some of the things that we do to cope with it is of course we talk about it. Of
Mm-hmm.
course we share it like through this means, talking with families and friends or each other, taking our kids out, to Chuck E. Cheese,
Mm-hmm.
gardening,
I love gardening.
Oh my gosh. That was one of the things that I got out of my therapy session was like, Ray, what is the one thing you do after work that gets you out of your work mindset? I was like, I don't know what that is. I was like, I come home and I just do more work. and she was like, Ray, can you do this for me? Take 5 minutes when you're getting ready to go home, step outside,
Mm-hmm.
get some natural light in you before you even go home and unwind from work. And then she's like, what else do you do? What else would you like to do? And I was like, well, my wife gardens. She's like, why don't you try that? And oh my gosh, for some reason,
that you love it.
I like gardening. Yes, I do like gardening.
I love my chili plants, by the way.
Yeah. And the thing is, you plant them and I just tend to them. And that little moment makes me like literally forget everything else.
I feel like that explains our life perfectly. I start something and you help me finish it.
I just tend to the things. I tend to the projects. The times that you start remodeling our bathroom, I'm still fixing that. Almost there.
Almost there.
Almost there. But that's like another thing. It's like gardening, playing Pokemon cards with Nathaniel, video games.
Hold that thought. Okay, sorry. Go ahead.
Oh, you guys, the funny moment just happened right now. You guys won't understand, but you had a pregnancy moment. That was funny.
Pregnancy moment, sorry.
Oh my gosh. Love the ability just to quickly pause. We don't do that often, but
No.
yeah. So anyways, what was I saying? I
don't remember.
Yeah. So sorry guys. But just saying that.
Oh,
Yeah,
gardening. You were
gardening. Yeah. And Pokemon cards, or some people like to read books. Oh,
Audiobooks.
Okay. Audiobooks, but here's my other favorite thing. You always rag on me about movies. And you talk about I never watch movies or TV shows. I don't know references and stuff like that. Which is true.
Yes.
But the thing that always got me through some hard times when I was younger, and you can ask my parents this, is I always loved two things. Well, actually, two things. But my main thing was listening to music.
Okay.
I could, my feelings could be told. You could tell through a song. Always. I had my emo moments, my Chemical Romance moments, to my love songs and to like R&B hits,
slow jams.
You could tell like what I'm feeling through what music I was playing that day. But that was it's still my way of getting through life too. It's like, I love listening to Christian rap. I'm not gonna lie to it.
Mm-hmm.
It gets me pumped up. It gets me motivated, gets me going when I feel down or I feel exhausted or I feel drained or I feel a certain type of way. I find something that motivates me and gets me going, and that's through music.
Yeah.
And that's the thing for other people. It's just finding that thing that can push you through and get you through those hard times.
Yeah. And that's what I think movies do
for you.
Does for me. That's what it does for me. It's like I like to sit and watch a movie, and I think
you watched 4 today.
I did watch 4 movies today with the kids.
Yeah.
And movies they'd never seen and I'd never seen, which was kind of nice because I've seen a lot of movies. But movies, like they help me decompress. They help me get out of my head about things that are going on. And it's just a way, like, it was so cool to sit here with Nathaniel and watch Max. And him like, but Mom, the dog and this and that. And I'm like, yeah, you can do that. You want to be a police officer. You want to be an army man. Like you can do that. And I feel like it was such a neat thing to do with him today and watch those movies.
Yeah.
And just have him here. Like it's cool because like the kids always say, "Oh, Mom, let's watch our show together, 911 or what's the other Morgan." What's it called? High Potential.
High Potential.
Yeah. And hearing that they're excited to sit there because it's something that like my dad and I used to do together to decompress, and I feel like it's something I'm passing down to them.
Yeah.
So finding ways to cope. What works for you? I also love listening to audiobooks.
You like to listen to a lot of mystery thrillers.
Which I downloaded 2 today.
Oh my gosh. Hey, they opened a Barnes & Noble, which was pretty cool to see that a bookstore being opened up again.
Oh, in Fashion Fair?
Yeah, that was pretty neat. That was the other thing, is just getting out,
Saturday?
Window shopping. It's like
teaching the kids to do that.
It's like, because that's like the thing where we're again, financial struggles, or financial challenges. Let's put it that way. Maybe more. Gas is almost $6, guys. And I may not drive, but I have somebody in the house that has to drive us. And $91 is a lot of money,
Oh yeah.
For, so it's like, hey, the kids are like, can we do this? Can we do that? I'm like,
do we have the gas to do that?
Do we have the gas to do it? But, it's like we shouldn't make them suffer for things that we have to deal with as adults.
Yeah.
And so that was one of the things. It's like, a family member needed a ride, and it was like, hey, we're out already. Let's
out.
Let's enjoy it. And it was a beautiful day.
It sure was.
My
it was
gosh,
so fun to watch them try and climb that tree.
You're like, don't climb the tree. I'm like, just let them be kids. Let them touch nature.
Okay, go ahead, but don't get hurt. Such a mom thing.
Such a mom thing. I'm like, I'm a dad. Just whatever. Let them do what they want to do.
If it happens, it happens. If you fall, you fall.
It's on you. But but that was the thing. Is like, I thought I was like, why do we need to stay home? We don't need to spend money to have fun.
No.
And creating memories will always be like something the kids will always remember.
It was so nice to see all the different girls in their quinceañeras.
Oh, that was all the princesses.
Like, there's so many princesses out today, and I was like, yeah, go tell them they're pretty.
Yeah. That's another thing. It's just, you do that all the time, and I think that's amazing. So Alex is such a great I was like, you know, your outreach methods are always awesome. She always finds something to compliment somebody, because you said it to me one time, and I asked you, it's like, why do you always say something to somebody? You always talk a lot, like your dad said. You know,
Talk too much?
you talk too much. Because I don't like to talk a
Because I
lot.
ramble and babble?
Somehow people think, oh, it's like, I don't like to talk. But you always find something, or if it's their nails or their shirt or a necklace. And you told me it's like because, you told me this. It's like because, you know, that person may be dealing with something, you know, at work because they're serving us. Most of the time it's when somebody's, you know, at a drive through or a
Oh,
restaurant.
yeah. You told me. You're
And
like, why do you talk so much at it when just order your drink and
let's
go?
go, right?
And I'm like, yeah, but like they do that all day long. Don't you think like I could take a minute out of my day and have a
A
brief,
meaningful
meaning conversation with them?
Yeah, because it changes their mood for that one moment.
Mm-hmm.
And when you told me that, I'm like, that makes sense, you know, because a lot of times these people deal with difficult customers,
Mm-hmm.
and for just like you to recognize their efforts in the sense of like, hey, I love your nails; those are beautiful. And
Mm-hmm.
then you tell me it's like you can. I it's like their mood changes. I hear it like, oh, thank you. I appreciate. Yeah, and then like, I got my nails done. La, 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 la. Or oh, I got this sweater from this, and that. Or oh, this necklace was from my girlfriend. She gave it to me for this, and that. And they keep talking to you,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm like,
And
okay.
all because I said, oh, I like
it.
this. And then it opens up a whole conversation.
Mm-hmm. And then they'll remember
Sometimes
you later.
Yeah, but sometimes it's like it doesn't cost anything to be kind.
It does not.
You know, I'll be very honest. I was not always a kind person.
You know what the funny thing is? I think you made up for that now.
I try.
Yeah.
You know, I think like going back to like the whole mental health stuff. I feel like all the things that I have gone through in life have really they humbled me.
Mm.
They've taught me life lessons, and I feel like if anything, I could be better.
We can always be better.
I can do better.
I think we all do that.
Absolutely, and I feel like that's why I try so hard to be so kind, because I wasn't always, you know. And so if I can just brighten somebody's day, why not? It's not costing me anything.
No. Well, that was fun.
That was.
So, you know, I think we'll leave it at that. I hope that you all have something to take away from this, even if it's just one thing that, you know, we're here for you.
And tell us what you do to cope.
Yes.
Like, this is such a crazy world that we're living in right now. Like,
what are you doing? How to help? Are you doing crossword puzzles? Making a puzzle? Like a lot of people like to do puzzling. You know,
the jigsaw puzzles.
Those jigsaw puzzles. I didn't know it was called a jigsaw puzzle until recently. Like I just called them puzzles. Or I know somebody that does like model figures. They paint
cool.
little model figures. You know, so let us know what you do.
Yeah.
And if you know, again, we're not specialists, but if you're in a crisis or, you know, need some help, there's a great number. It's really easy now. 988. You know, used to be a long, you know,
super long number.
But I'm super happy to see that, you know, our nation has come together and created an easiest way to reach somebody, a suicide or crisis hotline at 988.
Yeah.
So if you need that, or you know someone that is in need, you know, reach out. Yeah, reach out. 988. They're always there 24/7. You know, it's a live agent all the time. You know, they're there to hear you out. They'll help you with the resources or whatever you need, you know, and then they can connect you. So, but with that, we thank you. Have a great one.
Bye.